大家好. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me with you today. It's wonderful to be back among the Taiwanese American community. And as an elected official here in California, I want to welcome all of you to Northern California. And let me say that it's very special for me to be here for three reasons. One having to do with the time of my life, one having to do with the time of where we are as a world, and in part having to do with where we are as a community. First of all, when it comes to my own life and my own path here, when I was a child growing up, in elementary school, going into high school, my parents would take my brothers and I to these conferences on the East Coast. And this is where we grew up in a part of the country that had very few Asians. And these were the conferences where I first got to know friends and family who were of Taiwanese American descent. And where I first began to think about identity as a Taiwanese American, as an Asian American. And years later, when I became a civil rights attorney, I thought about those roots, and I realized that a lot of it started when our community came together. And so it's special for me to be here today, along with my mother and father, who are back there. But for them, I would not be where I am. And I also want to announce, as I think you did before, I married my wonderful wife, who has Taiwanese roots, and she and I, we recently had a child who's 4 months old. And my son, as you know, he would be considered 3G. So we look forward to bringing him to those 3G conferences when they get organized. It's also special to be here today because right now in our world, we know that we have many democracies that are being challenged. We live in troubled times. If you look across the Atlantic Ocean toward Europe, the recent vote in Great Britain with Brexit, the challenges of the European Union, challenges for our European democracy. If you look at what's happening in America, from Orlando to Dallas, with the rise of Donald Trump, who I will say is terrible for democracy, who has been anti-immigrant, anti-Asian. But we know that in Taiwan, democracy is flourishing. And I know many of you have been a part of that, and you are a reason why that is the case. Now, the third reason why it's special for me to be with you today is where we are as a community. I was just talking to Ho Chi Sai, who I know presented earlier. Those of you who are 1G, who are first generation, you received great educations in Taiwan. You decided, though, to start again afresh, anew here, as engineers and doctors, as academics, as elitely educated. And you sacrificed for your sons and your daughters. And my second generation friends and family and colleagues, we benefited from that. We went into new fields. We are lawyers, we are artists, we are historians, we are business people, and some of us are politicians. I will tell you that we still have a long way to go as a community. I think there are many successes in front of us. And I will tell you that as I think about my son and what his possibilities are, I hope that his possibilities are limitless because of what you have been able to do. I represent a part of San Francisco, 500,000 constituents that represent some of the greatest diversity in our country. In my district includes the oldest Japantown, includes the former Manila town where our Filipino communities live, includes some of our Southeast Asian communities, and as well as includes the oldest Chinese neighborhood in the entire country with many immigrants from China. And as I often say in San Francisco, when we all work together, given all of the communities that we represent, we are more powerful. And when this community has sacrificed, has invested in California, in our United States, together we are all successful. So I just want to say congratulations to those of you who really represent the very best of what the California dream, the American dream is all about. Those of you who are fighting for justice, fighting for democracy, fighting for our civil rights here and abroad, I salute you. I look forward to working with you for many, many decades to come. I look forward to bringing my 3G so he gets to know aunties and uncles who are here. And I just want to say thank you. And with that, I'd like to bring up onto the stage your organizers for this conference. On behalf of the Taiwanese American, on behalf of the California State Legislature, we want to congratulate the Taiwanese American Federation of Northern California. I want to thank you for your leadership and for everything you're doing to move our great community forward. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Thank you.